I've I've been interested in MMA and the UFC in general, and like I want to get into it, but like I don't really know what fights to watch. Like if I wanted to start with like the best shit, because like you said, it's happening all the time. But like if I really wanted to see like the primo stuff, what should I be watching, and how should I like get access to
Access to
that?
it. I could probably share you my link to my account, my UFC Fight Pass. UFC Fight Pass
But
like
for
has all the
people watching and listening, like I'm
yeah.
not just asking for me. Like if people
No, you just
want to
want my
get
account.
into
I'll
you,
also give you my Hulu account and my Paramount Plus account.
I'm
Watch
just
the new
there's
stuff.
got to be
But
someone listening to this. It's like, yeah, no, I'm kind of interested in MMA, but I don't know where to
no, yeah,
start.
no.
Like,
Okay, and one that comes off the top of my head is Israel Adesanya versus Kevin Gastelum for the interim belt. Yeah, that's a good question because I'm like I said, I'm just a huge fight fan. The fight that got me into UFC, it was the first like live event. It was the first one that I actually watched was GSP George St. Pierre versus BJ Penn 2.
mm-hmm.
And I remember like because like I wasn't really into MMA at the time. Like I think I was like 16 or 17, and I remember like because like my brother's wife is Hawaiian, so like they were all like BJ Penn fans. BJ Penn's from Hawaii, and then I would watch some of the like the lead up to like the countdowns, like the anticipation, the build ups to the fight. And like BJ Penn was kind of like, it's like, oh, he's like legit, he's like a legit fighter. And when I watched the fight, George St. Pierre just dominated BJ Penn, and then that's when I was just like, oh, like this isn't like wrestling where like like a person's supposed to win. Like anyone could win and change the narrative. So like BJ Penn, GSP2 was a good fight to watch. What else? Fuck, that's a good fuck.
But
If
like,
I would have
okay,
known,
let me
if I would have known
rephrase it
that
a
question,
little bit.
I probably would have like had some ideas to fights to throw out your way.
But like, where do you get the content, and what this like? It reminds me of like the WWE a little bit, where
Yeah,
like there are Monday nights and Thursday nights
yeah.
for that, and then there were pay-per-views. Like, what is the structure, and how do you stay like up to date with the sport?
For me personally, via Twitter and Reddit is how I stay up to date. Like I go to I browse the MMA subreddit every single day, like a couple times a day, just to
Hmm.
see what people are posting. And then MMA Twitter is a funny thing. You just see a bunch of fighters talk shit to each other, and there's also a couple like fan accounts like that, or parody accounts that that like add like that take pretty much memes of of like what fighters say and just like kind of make it into a fun little thing. So those are the two places that I go to. But right now, if you're in America, ESPN Plus. I don't know. Do you have ESPN Plus?
I think so.
So ESPN Plus has the exclusive deal to the UFC in America. And so the majority of the events are live on ESPN Plus.
Okay.
And to get to, and here's another thing too. It's like in order to get to the pay-per-view, you have to buy it through ESPN Plus.
Oh
So
Jesus.
yeah, so that's the one thing that kind of sucks. It's like there's a double paywall to get to the pay-per-view. But I think with just paying for the ESPN Plus, like the because the pay-per-views are pretty much reserved for the title fights.
Hmm.
Like, and then they'll get some stat cards, but there'll be other events on ESPN Plus that aren't pay-per-view events that are like legit fights. They're like, oh, this is this is a good upcoming card and it's free on ESPN Plus.
Okay. So
So
that's
to answer
worth
your
getting.
yeah, ESPN
What,
Plus, like honestly for me, just like I don't watch anything else other than UFC on ESPN Plus.
you don't buy the pay-per-views?
I buy the paper. I hella buy the pay-per-views. Like
Okay.
I hate it's so funny because like I used to like not want to pay for them, like just because you just don't want to pay for them, and so I would catch like an illegal stream. But I get so annoyed with having to fucking like when streams cut out,
Oh
and
yeah.
like especially in MMA where like at any minute like the tides can turn. And then when it freezes, and then like seconds later, like the person that was losing is like winning, and you're just like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
So
And you're
that's when I
like you're someone that's on Twitter a lot, so like it would spoil it for you and
yeah
fucking yeah. It's
yes
so ESPN Plus, like how much is that?
I think it might be $6-7 a month,
That's not
but like
bad.
But the thing is, there is this is an ad for fucking Hulu. Like Disney Plus has their deal, like where you can get Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus for like 13 or $14 a month
Okay. And
altogether.
then the pay-per-views, how often are they and how much
Once
are
a
they?
month.
Once a
Once a
month?
month, and I think they're $70 a month.
Damn.
Like, yeah, but like, there's like, obviously, like, not everyone like wants to buy everything. I'm just a diehard fan, so I'll order all of them throughout the year. But like, there's a few where like the people like that don't really watch the sport will like tune in for a Conor McGregor fight,
Mm-hmm.
and like those will be like the massive pay-per-views, and then they see Conor lose, and they like people either get happy or are upset. So